Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive into some seriously fascinating stuff. Today, we're tackling the law of attraction. You know, that whole idea that our thoughts can shape our reality. We're going to be using this podcast episode, Vibes and Visions, as our guide for this one.
I think a lot of people are curious about the law of attraction these days, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to manifest their dream life just by thinking about it?
Right, but it can also feel a little overwhelming. Like, where do you even begin? Vibes and Visions has these two hosts, Esha and Shiva, and they break it down in a really practical way.
Yeah, they start by emphasizing that it's not just wishful thinking. It's about understanding that we all emit energy. And that energy, whether it's positive or negative, attracts similar energy back to us.
So it's like good vibes attract good vibes, bad vibes attract. Well, you get the picture.
Exactly. They use this analogy of tuning a radio. You only hear the station you're tuned into, right? Well, our thoughts and feelings, they act like frequencies, drawing in experiences that vibrate on a similar wavelength.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this connects to that whole like attracts like principle I've heard about. But let's get specific. Let's say I'm constantly thinking about getting a promotion at work. Does that mean I just sit back, visualize it happening, and poof, I'm suddenly promoted?
Not quite. Esha and Shiva are really clear that it's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about genuinely feeling the emotions associated with those thoughts. So in your promotion example, it's about embodying the confidence, the capability, the excitement that comes with already having that new role.
So it's almost like convincing myself and maybe the universe that I'm already operating on, that successful frequency. It's not just about the thought, it's about the feeling. That's a really interesting distinction.
Exactly. And this is where aligning your energy comes in. It's about getting your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions all pointing in the same direction, towards your desired outcome. Vibes and Visions actually spends quite a bit of time on the power of visualization.
Oh yeah, visualization. I've tried it here and there, but I'd love to hear how they approach it.
They really emphasize making your visualizations as vivid and multisensory as possible. It's not just about seeing your goal in your mind's eye. It's about engaging all your senses. What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you feel?
Engage all those senses.
Yeah, like they even use the example of visualizing driving your dream car. You're not just picturing it. You're feeling the leather of the seats. You're hearing the engine purr. You're experiencing the thrill of the ride.
Wow, that's a powerful image. It sounds almost like creating a blueprint for the universe to work with.
Precisely. The more detailed and emotionally charged that blueprint is, the more powerful the attraction.
This is all starting to make sense, but I have to ask, what about the belief factor? I mean, what if I'm visualizing my dream job, I'm feeling excited about it, but deep down, I don't truly believe it's possible for me? Does that kind of throw a wrench in the whole manifesting process?
That's a great question, and Esha and Shiva address this directly. They're adamant that genuine belief is crucial. Doubt, they say, acts like a blockage, disrupting the flow of energy.
A blockage, huh?
Yeah. It's like having one foot on the gas and one on the brake. You're not going to get very far.
That's a great analogy. It makes me think about those times when I'm worried about something, and it feels like the more I worry, the worse things get. Is that connected to this idea of doubt-blocking manifestation?
It absolutely could be. Remember, like attracts like. If you're dwelling in doubt and fear, you're likely to attract more experiences that reinforce those feelings. The key is to cultivate a sense of trust and faith in the process, even when you don't see immediate results.
That makes sense. But for those of us who are a little, shall we say, impatient, and how do we cultivate that trust and faith? What if we want our manifestations to happen like yesterday?
The impatience dilemma. It's something most of us can relate to, right? Esha and Shiva acknowledge this, and they emphasize that manifestation takes time.
It does, yeah.
And impatience actually creates resistance, pushing away what we're trying to attract. They use a calming analogy. Imagine your manifestation is a package that's already been shipped. It's on its way to you. You don't need to frantically check the tracking number every 5 minutes. Just relax and trust that it will arrive when it's supposed to.
So no obsessively refreshing my inbox for that dream job offer. Got it. But while I'm waiting, are there any practical tools I can use to stay aligned with my desires and keep that positive energy flowing?
That's a perfect segue to the next part of our deep dive. Vibes and Visions offers some really helpful tools and techniques for putting the law of attraction into practice in a tangible way.
Tools and techniques, huh? Lay them on me. I bet our listeners are eager to hear about this too.
Well, they start with something that might sound surprisingly simple. Affirmations. You know those short, positive statements you repeat to yourself?
Oh yeah, I've heard of those. Like, I am strong and capable, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It's like reprogramming your thoughts to align with your goals. And Esha and Shiva actually use an example that ties back to what we were just talking about. If you want to be more confident, you might repeat the affirmation, I am confident and capable, over and over again.
Makes sense, but I'm guessing there's more to it than just mindlessly repeating any random positive phrase, right?
You got it. Esha and Shiva are very clear that you have to say affirmations with conviction. You have to truly believe them for them to be effective. It's not just going through the motions, it's about embodying that energy you want to attract.
So there's that feeling element again. I'm noticing a pattern here.
It all comes back to aligning your internal state with your desired outcome. And affirmations are just one tool in the toolbox. Another powerful one they talk about is journaling.
Journaling. Okay, I've tried it here and there. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it feels like a chore. What's their take on journaling?
Well, they believe that writing down your goals, your desires, even your feelings, can help you gain clarity and focus. Sometimes just getting everything out of your head and onto paper can make things feel more manageable.
Yeah, I can see that. Sometimes my thoughts are just swirling around up there and it helps to get them out.
And when it comes to the law of attraction, they're really big on gratitude journaling. Taking the time to write down what you're grateful for. It sends a powerful message to the universe that you're open to receiving more good things.
Oh, I like that. It's so easy to get caught up in what we don't have, but shifting our focus to what we do have, that's got to be huge for attracting more positivity.
Absolutely. It's about cultivating that positive energy, remember. And while visualization, affirmations, gratitude, journaling, these are all important for aligning with our desires, Esha and Shiva make it very clear that inspired action is also crucial. It's not enough to just sit back and wait for things to magically fall into our lap.
Okay, so no passive wishing. They're talking about actually taking steps toward our goals. But what exactly does inspired action look like?
Well, they describe it as taking actions that feel guided. Almost like you're being nudged in a certain direction. It's about being open to those intuitive hits, those moments where you feel inspired to do something, and then actually doing it.
So it could be something as simple as feeling inspired to send an email, reach out to someone, even attend an event that you might normally skip.
Precisely. It might feel random, but according to the law of attraction, it's your energy aligning with opportunity. Those seemingly small actions could lead to bigger breakthroughs down the line.
It's like the universe is dropping little breadcrumbs, and it's up to us to follow the trail.
Love that analogy. It really is a co-creation, a partnership between our inner world and the outer world.
Okay, so to recap what we've covered so far, we have visualization, we have belief, gratitude, inspired action. Oh, and of course, trusting the universe's timing. Did we miss anything crucial?
I think we've pretty much hit all the major points. Yeah. It's about bringing all these practices together, creating this synergy to really manifest those desires. It's not just one thing, it's the whole package.
I don't know about you, but it kind of blows my mind to think we might have that much control over our reality.
It's a big concept for sure. But I think even if you're not 100% sold on the whole manifesting your dream life thing, there's still something really powerful about taking responsibility for our thoughts, our feelings, and how they affect our experience.
Totally. It's like we're not just passengers, we're the ones behind the wheel shaping our journey.
That's a great way to put it. It's empowering.
And speaking of empowering, I feel like this whole conversation has given me, and probably our listeners too, a lot to think about. We've explored some pretty profound stuff today.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's important to acknowledge that some of these ideas might seem a little out there to some folks, but even if you're skeptical, you can't deny the potential impact of our thoughts and feelings, right?
Right. And even if you don't buy into the whole manifesting thing, there's still a lot of wisdom we can take away. Like, if our thoughts and feelings really do have that much power, it makes you wonder, what kind of energy are we putting out there? Are we focusing on the negative? Or are we choosing to cultivate positivity, gratitude, and belief?
That's the big question, isn't it? What kind of energy are we sending out? And what might shift if we consciously try to raise our energetic
Something
frequency?
to ponder, for sure. And maybe even experiment with a little. Who knows what could happen? Anyway, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the law of attraction. We hope it's given you some food for thought. And until next time, keep exploring.